So in today's video, we're going to look at how to accurately calculate duties and VAT when importing products into the UK from countries outside of the EU, such as China. Okay, so if you are planning on importing any products from outside of the EU into the UK from countries such as China or India, when those products enter the UK, you're going to need to pay HMRC both import duties and VAT on these products. Now, calculating exactly how much you're going to need to pay HMRC is something that quite a few people find a little bit confusing. So I've put together some slides to hopefully break it down step by step in an easy to understand way. So without further ado, why don't we jump into the slides? Okay, so before we talk about how to actually calculate the duties and VAT that needs to be paid on a shipment, why don't we first just talk about what they actually are. So firstly, let's look at customs duty. So customs duty is an import tax charged on all products shipped from outside of the EU with the purpose of bringing the cost of imported goods up to the same costs as those produced within the EU to keep competition fair. So essentially, it's just an import tax that HMRC charges us. Number one, obviously to make the government money, and number two, to try and make the cost of good imported from countries like China, where the labor cost is a lot cheaper, as close to the cost of buying goods from the EU to make the competition a little bit more fair. Now, when working out how much customs duty needs to be paid, it's calculated as a percentage, and this percentage varies depending on the product type, of the CIF value of the import. Now, CIF stands for cost, insurance, and freight, and we'll get onto that a little bit later in the video. So that's customs duties. The second fee that you need to pay is VAT. Now, VAT stands for value added tax, and it's a sales tax charged on all products bought in the UK, and it's calculated as 20% of the total value of your shipment. So the reason why I've underlined bought here is that it's really important to understand that VAT is not only charged when products are sold in the UK, but also when they're bought in the UK. So for example, let's say that you went to your local Sainsbury's and you bought a stainless steel water bottle. Because that product is sold and bought in the UK, you're going to be charged 20% VAT when you buy that product. If instead you're buying a product from China, let's say your company is importing products from China to sell on Amazon, you are buying that product in the UK because you or your company is based in the UK, but the product's being sold in China. But because you are based in the UK, because you have bought it in the UK, you will still be charged VAT on that product. Now, obviously, your manufacturer or supplier in China is not going to charge you the VAT, so HMRC will charge you that VAT when that product arrives in the UK. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So let's look at how to actually calculate the duties that need to be paid. So step number one is that you need to find the duties rate. So if we go back to the previous slide, you can see that VAT is always charged at 20% unless you're buying a zero rated item. However, with customs duties, the percentage, the duties rate that you have to pay depends on the product type. So to be able to work out what percentage duties you're going to need to pay, what duty rate you're going to need to pay for your specific product type, all you need to do is come over to Google and just Google trade tariffs, then find the tradetariff.gov.uk website, then just hit start now. Then what you want to do is just work your way through this taxonomy until you find the closest description of the product that you want to import. So let's click on plastics, polymers. Then once you find your most appropriate product category, what you'll see is firstly the VAT percentage, and as mentioned in previous slides, for most products this is charged at 20%. And then what we're interested in is this duties rate, which for this particular product type is 3%. And then finally, on the right hand side here, you'll see the commodity code. This is the code that HMRC gives each of these categories, and you'll need to include this code on your commercial invoice so HMRC know what duties rate to charge on the products you're importing. So just a pro tip, if you're finding it hard to find the most appropriate product category working through that taxonomy, you can use this search tariff bar. Now, this is terrible if you're just looking for words like water bottle. You'll see absolutely nothing comes up. But what it can be really useful for is find the duties rate if you know your commodity code. So if you don't know your commodity code, just ask your manufacturer or supplier. They should know the commodity code. You can then search the commodity code here and find the accurate duties rate. Okay, so you've gone and found your duties rate, and let's say for the purpose of this example, it's set at 5%. Step number two is to calculate your CIF value. This is the value of your goods plus shipping plus insurance, because like I said, CIF stands for cost, insurance, freight. So let's say, for example, you have paid your manufacturer in China £3,000 for the products that you're importing. You've then paid £800 for shipping and £200 for insurance. Your CIF value would be £4,000. Now, just one thing to note is that you will likely be paying your shipping and insurance in pounds if you're using a UK freight forwarder. But if you are buying from China, you've likely paid for your goods in dollars. So if you have done that, what you're going to need to do is just work out what the value of your goods would be in pounds. And to do that, you want to use the HMRC exchange rate. So every month, HMRC will set exchange rates. These are updated once a month. When your products arrive at the UK, HMRC will work out the value of your goods based on these exchange rates. So what you want to do is just find the most recent month, hit view online. Then if we just search US dollars, we can see that at the moment the rate is 1.3184. So obviously if you've paid your manufacturer in dollars, then you want to use that exchange rate to work out what the value of goods would be in pounds in the local currency. But just for ease of simplicity, we're just going to be using pounds in this example. So once you've calculated the CIF value, what you would then want to do is calculate the duties that need to be paid. So all you need to do is take the CIF value and times it by the duties rate that you found. So for this example, our CIF value is £4,000 and we know that our duties rate is 5%. So 4,000 times by 0.05 means that the duties payable in this example would be £200. Okay, so now we've looked at how to calculate the duties, let's look at how to calculate the VAT. So step number one would be to calculate the total value. Now, total value is the value of the goods plus shipping, plus insurance, plus duties. So for this example, our value of the goods is £3,000, shipping is £800, insurance is £200, and the duties that we've just calculated we know is also £200. So the total value of our shipment is £4,200. Once we know that, step number two is to actually calculate the VAT. So the VAT payable is simply the total value, so £4,200 times by 20%, so times 0.2. That means the VAT payable in this example would be £840. Now this is where a lot of people calculate this wrong. They think that the VAT is calculated at 20% of the CIF value, so just the value of the goods, shipping and insurance. But actually VAT is calculated as 20% of the value of the goods plus the shipping, plus insurance, plus the duties. Okay, so after doing these calculations, we know that the duties payable is £200, the VAT payable is £840. So the total duties and VAT that we're going to owe HMRC on this import is £1,040. So if we add these duties and VAT to our CIF value, we know that we have a total landed cost of good of £5,040. So let's say for this example that we are importing 1,000 stainless steel water bottles. That would mean that we have a landed cost of goods sold of £5.04 per water bottle. So that is how you accurately calculate import duties and VAT. Now, just before I end this video, I want to talk about one last thing, which is hidden fees. So if you're importing products into the UK, those products can't actually clear customs or enter the UK until the import duties or VAT has been paid on them. Now, instead of contacting every single importer, such as yourselves, and getting you to pay those fees, to make things much quicker, what will happen is either your freight forwarder or if you're shipping by air, then a company like TNT or DHL will do is that they will pay the duties and VAT on your behalf and then invoice you several weeks later for that VAT and duties. But what these companies will also do is charge you a clearance admin fee, basically a fee for paying on your behalf and deferring your payment. Now, obviously this is going to vary company to company, but to use TNT as an example, they charge 5%. So in the example we just looked at, if your duties and VAT came to £1,000, then TNT would also charge you £50 as a clearance admin fee. So I hope you found that video useful. If you did, don't forget to give the video a like. It helps get the video out there to more people, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel with your notification bells turned on, and I'll see you in the next video.